I was born here in Madison, Wisconsin. I don't have much memory of what happened during the couple months I was here as a little baby. But in Nicaragua, I do have very vivid memories of what I experienced as like a young child. When I did live in Nicaragua, I lived with my mom and usually with another family that were close friends. I went to kindergartner, what was the Nicaraguan equivalent of kindergartner, but I went there about 2 years earlier than I was supposed to go. In terms of after that, I did go to the usual Nicaraguan school for first grade. From what I remember, it was a terrible experience because I didn't like the fact that we had to wear a uniform all day. I think I got into a lot of fights when I was little. The reason, I guess the very broad reason why I moved back, I had a couple cousins who received death threats from some, government supporters. And so I guess the main reason why we're here is political asylum. My mom didn't want me to grow up in an environment that would promote that type of behavior. I was happy. I saw it more as like a trip than anything that was more important, really. I went to the embassy. I even remember at 4 years old when I went to the embassy, I actually kissed the ground like they do in the movies. I moved to Milwaukee, first of all, and I lived there with my mom's boyfriend for a little bit. Then we decided to move back to Madison. Honestly, I didn't see it as too different from Nicaragua other than the buildings were bigger. I got like one memory of going to like this Turkish supermarket and the owner like realized that I was new to the neighborhood and actually like gave me free candy. When I started school in Madison, people tended to be very social. I made a lot of friends, yeah. I still have some friends from second grade that I still hang out with to this day. From what I know, after looking at some test scores in the second grade, I didn't do too well, but that was probably because I didn't know much about English in the United States. But I did eventually learn. About a year in, I think. I actually graduated from ESL after just a year in the program. Usually after school, there's 3 days of the week that I go to work. And if I'm not working on those 3 days, I do try to study. I work at Gino's Deli. What that means, I usually just make the sandwiches, wash the dishes, and look over the kitchen. So if we were talking about identity, I guess my racial makeup would be a big part of it since I'm part white, part black, and part Native American. And I guess that's still considered a foreign concept to a lot of people here in the United States, especially to other Latinos. And I have friends who even see me as black. I have friends who think I'm white and would never associate me with any type of Latino culture. So it's I'm like a weird mix of identities in a way. I hope to be a software engineer and have that as a career. So it started around when I was 14. I knew I wanted to get into something with engineering. Then it transitioned into wanting to work with technology and then computers, and then it just got more specific as the time went on. That's really the main thing that I'm focusing on. I teach myself coding in whatever spare time I got.